Oh my gosh, I look so beautiful. My Lord. What's up? What's up? Okay. So listen, we are about to do Rebuilding the Village talk show via Akira King's page because I hope this is Akira King's page. Well, my page, my personal page. But I'm doing it this way tonight because um I want to be able to have people join into the live and join the conversation and talk with me because I don't have a co-host tonight. I don't have a guest tonight in the studio with me. So this way you'll be able to actually join the conversation. And if you're watching this video via YouTube, just flow with me. I'm doing this all on my own tonight. So I don't have everybody behind the scenes working everything. It's just me and you. And we're going to talk about bad parenting tonight on Rebuilding the Village Talk Show. So give me a second and let me build this audience. And you can help me build the audience by simply sharing this live and inviting your friends. So by doing just what I'm about to do, you can do. So what you're going to do is at the bottom of this live, hold on. Let me just make sure it's on the right page first and foremost. But at the bottom, when I get to it. Okay, yes, there I go. There I go. Hey, Jay, if you're still on here. Hey, boo. All right, so at the bottom of the live, you know, it gives you the option to share. Sharing is caring. So before we get this show started tonight, I want you to help me build this audience. And by hitting this share button, that's the first way you can help me build this audience. Danielle, hey, boo. Hi, everybody. I love all y'all so much. Y'all just don't even know. I get excited. See, I don't get to see this when I'm doing my show and all the cameras is turned that way and I can't see anything. But I can see you guys tonight because I'm doing it this way on my page. So thank you so much for joining in. Hey, Manny. Hi, boo. So what I need you guys to do. So first, let me tell you again. This is Rebuilding the Village Talk Show. I'm doing it live via Akira King's Facebook page, my Facebook page, but I'm doing it live via my personal Facebook page tonight because I want to be able to have people actually join in on the show. And when I do it live on my Rebuilding the Village Talk Show or one of my fan page shows, pages, I can't join people into the live. You know what I'm saying? So this way I can actually join you into the live and you can join the conversation with me. And I'm not just talking, and y'all not able to join the conversation. Tonight's conversation is a very important conversation that I feel as though needs to be had inside of Really Building the Village because it's about our children, all of our children. And we're talking about bad parenting. Okay, we're going to cut that out real quick. Absolutely not. Okay, so we're talking about bad parenting. And so that's something that we all need to talk about. We're going to be talking about the baby mama drama, the baby daddy drama. We're going to be talking about selfish parenting, all of those things. And I want you guys to join the conversation with me. You start on Monday. All right, so another way you can help build the audience for the show is you can share. So it's an option down here in the sharing part where you can share it into groups, which is awesome. So I'm just going to share a couple times real quick, y'all, so we can build this audience and we can have a really good show tonight. I don't like sharing everywhere because they, unfortunately, well, first of all, not everything is for everybody. So, and then, okay, let me just see. There's so many on here, y'all. Lord have mercy. How about I didn't even know I was in this many goddamn groups, but I clearly am. So I want to shout out a couple of groups before I even get started, like Women United, one of my favorite groups. Um, Mothers of Black Sons, one of my other favorite groups. Fatherless, Stop Fatherlessness, Stop Fatherlessness, another one of my favorite groups. These are groups that are geared towards helping to promote parenting, promoting fathering, promoting mothering, promoting parenting is extremely important. So those are some of my favorite groups. Hold on. Okay. So Shelly, hey sweetie, tonight's show is about bad parenting. So we're talking about all the type of bad parenting. We're going to have questions. It's going to be a really good show. I'm glad that you joined this live. And if you could do me a favor, we're going to get this show started really, really soon. I just need to build the audience up a little bit and let everybody know that I am live. I'm usually live inside of my inside of my business page, which is Rebuilding the Village Talk Show, the business page. But tonight I'm doing the show just me and you. I don't have a guest on my show tonight. So you all are all my guests, and you are all welcome to join this live and join the conversation. If you'd like for me to tag you so that you can be like up there in that little box and people can actually hear you and see you as well, and you can be a guest on my show that way tonight, you're more than welcome. Just let me know, and I'll put you up there so that you can join the conversation. We're going to get started really, really soon. Hold on a sec. Let me continue to Oh, Kimberly, thank you. First time viewer. I love you so much for just taking the time to just click on this live, girl. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Don't go nowhere. And if you have to go somewhere, just make sure you come back, because this conversation is a conversation that needs to be had, not just for me, but for all of us as parents. I think these things are things that need to be talked about. There's a lot that goes on in our community that comes from bad parenting. There's a lot that goes on in the school when you see kids that are just not doing well, when you see children that are just acting out, these children that are walking around right now and just committing violent crimes. There are things that happen in their lives that we may not think is bad parenting, because as parents, we feel like we do the very best. We do everything that we possibly can to be good parents to our children, not knowing that there are some things that we do as parents that are actually detrimental to them, that are actually harmful to them, that actually hurt them. So I don't want to just tell y'all about what Akira thinks tonight. I want to hear about what you think too. And I want you to join this conversation and you to tell me what you feel like bad parenting is. So we're going to talk about all of that tonight. Baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, the stepmama drama, the stepdaddy drama, selfish parenting. We're going to talk about all of that tonight. I do have a guest who is going to be, who has already asked to join, and I'm going to try to send it to him. Our children need their dads. Yes, I love that group. Shout out to that one as well. Definitely looking forward to this. Okay, y'all. I swear. Let me send the links to the people who asked me to send links to them real quick. And again, usually I have people working behind the scenes and have everybody doing different things to help me, with this part. But tonight it's just me and you. Ooh, baby. I always got to sing just a little bit. Not that I can sing, but All right, hold on. It's just me and you. So just bear with me for a few seconds. And I'm going to get this thing started. But again, Kimberly, or not Kimberly, I think it's Shelly who has the group that you just hashtag Our Children Need Their Dads. If that's your group, please put the information in this live and tell people about your group so that they can go to your group. We are a part, as adults, we are part of a lot of groups, I'm sure, on Facebook. I know I am. I'm a part of like 800 groups on Facebook. A lot of the groups are for fun. A lot of them are, I'm a part of a lot of date groups. A lot of groups are, just entertainment. But the inspiring and encouraging and supportive groups are the ones that really, really matter. And I think it's important that we all are a part of those groups as well, because there are parents that need, some support, some encouragement. I have a group called Mommy's Suffering in Silence. And that group isn't really a popping group, and it's okay, you know, but I decided to create that group because I knew that there are some mothers who suffer silently. You know, I have a show that I produce and I created for my children called Children Suffer in Silence. And so I thought about it as I made that group. I said, well, wait a second, you know, I'm a mom. Moms suffer in silence too. And so I decided to make the group Mommy Suffering in Silence because I wanted to create a place and a platform where mothers can come and they can vent and they can talk about what they're going through and not feel bad for saying, you know, I really did not like being a mom today. Today was one of those days where I just wanted to throw the mommy hat in because we have days like that. And it's okay. But if you say that on your regular Facebook page or you say that in one of these entertainment groups and you say, today I didn't want to be a mom today, they're like, what do you mean? You know, and they will jump down your throat. I made the page Mommy Suffer in Silence because mothers, I'm not going to say more than anybody, but mothers definitely suffer silently because it's like we're not allowed to be sad. We're not allowed to be mad. We're not allowed to be angry. We're not allowed to be tired. We have to be, especially if you're a single mom, even if you're a mom and you have a husband, you know, if you are a mom, period, you are the mother, a doctor, a nurse, a counselor, you're a therapist, you're the maid, you're the cook, you're everything. We have so many titles that go underneath just mommy. When you hear that word, when you hear your child call it mommy, you know that they calling you because they need about 10 different things. Right now, I have a whole lot of mommy going on in my house. And I have one who wants to go to the doctors. I have one who's saying she's hungry. I got one. Everybody needs mommy and everybody has a different need for mommy. However, we have to wear all of these hats. So sometimes we need a place that we can go to just vent. And so I created Mommy Suffering in Silence. Mommy Suffer in Silence because I wanted to give women, to give moms a place where they can go and they can actually vent. So that was the whole point of that. All right. I'm almost done, y'all. I promise. So we are talking about bad parenting tonight. And I know that this is something that probably sounds bad to even begin with, like bad parenting. Like what? How is there bad parenting? There is bad parenting. So, I mean, while you guys are waiting on me, hold on. I just got to send this. I cannot find this person's page. I'm trying to, oh, you know what? Maybe I can just tag them. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could just tag them and they can join the live that way. It's not. So let me just tell you guys who are just joining in and who don't know me personally. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am so that you can understand where all of my my stories or my advice tonight, the words that I'm speaking tonight, the things that I talk about, my opinions and all of that, you'll know where all of that comes from. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me as we start this show tonight. I am 34 years old and I am, hold on, y'all. Y'all see I can't multitask, right? It's horrible. It's horrible. But I'm going to get better at it. I promise. I promise. I'm going to get better. Hold up. Almost there, y'all. Almost to the promised land, y'all. I promise. I keep promising y'all. Y'all probably like, we is not at the promised land yet. When are we going to get there? Okay. But we almost there. I just got to make sure this thing pops. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this show with a purpose tonight. We want to make sure, well, I want to make sure that this show is definitely heard by people who need to hear it. So you ever like indirectly make sure somebody heard something that you wanted to say on Facebook, but I want to make sure that everybody gets to see this and hears this tonight. because I think it's needed. So, hold on. Dang, I should have played y'all some music while I was doing this. That's what I usually do. Usually I play a little bit of music and I'm like behind the scenes. Where is he? All right, y'all. Mr. Maurice is going to join this live as soon as I get to him. Where is he? Up, found him, y'all. Finally. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me just walk this over here real quick. Hold on. All right, I'm back, and we are about to start. You ready? Oh, dang, I can't really read your things. I'm gonna get my Okay, thanks. Allow me to share the group. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing the group. It's important. So, one, let's just make sure y'all can't see my feet because I took the heels off. Right? You can't see my feet on the camera. Okay, that was number one. Once I knew I wasn't having a guest in the studio, I said, "Oh, I'm kicking these shoes off so I can be comfortable." But let me tell you guys who I am. So before we start this conversation, if you're just joining the live, and I can't see right now, but I'm going to get up close and see who's commenting and answer you guys, and I'm going to have people join the live tonight. But tonight's show is called Bad Parenting. So we're talking about bad parenting. This is the Rebuilding the Village talk show, and I'm coming to you guys live via my personal page tonight so that you can join this live. So when I do this on my regular page, Rebuilding the Village talk show on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, I'm unable to actually have you join, but I'll have a guest. So tonight, I don't have a guest live here in the studio, so you're my guest. You are able to join this live, and if you'd like to join the live, just let me know. We're talking about bad parenting tonight. So as we finally begin, let me tell you a little bit about me. I am Akira King. I have several pages, so if you see in the top there in the caption, I have Akira King, Akira Queen, and Akira Smith, because I just got a lot of pages, because I got a lot of stuff going on. So, but I am Akira King, and I am the host of Rebuilding the Village talk show, and I created this page I created this show to provide a platform where we could talk about serious topics like bad parenting and things that are going on in the community. And I'm excited about everything that I have coming up in the future for Rebuilding the Village talk show, because I'm going to actually get out there in the community, take my camera and my microphone, and I'm going to be all out in the community talking to people and just finding out ways that we can rebuild our village. It's important, not just for me, but I feel like it's important for you, your children, my children, their children, when they have children. It's an important thing. So, hey, boo, I see somebody. Hey, so I am 34 years old, and I am the single mom of 9 children. I have been blessed to be married and divorced twice. And I say blessed because those were experiences that God decided to allow me to go through to get to where I am today. So I'm not at all sad or mad about those experiences. I'm grateful. And I'm just blessed to be here today and to be the mother to these 9 beautiful children. I have 7 daughters and 2 sons. I recently became a grandmother to Mr. Jason, Baby J. If you're my friend on Facebook, you see he all up and down your timeline. And I'm grateful for that as well. And so I've been through a lot in my life. I've experienced a lot in my life as far as relationships go and parenting. I've been a parent since I was a child. I became a wife and a mother at the age of 14 years old. So I've been parenting for a very long time, and I can't say I've ever perfected it, but I definitely try to be the best parent that I possibly can be. However, I have done things and experienced things that could have been bad and that were bad and weren't the best situations. And it has allowed me to go through those tests, trials, and tribulations, experiences, all so that I'm able to even be able to talk to you today and tell you about bad parenting. So, bad parenting. I decided to do this topic tonight because I am aware of a lot of situations that are going on around me via in my family, as well as just well, not in my personal family, but you know, those friends that you call family, you know, members. Even on social media, on television, we just see a lot of situations that are involving children, and they don't really have a voice. And so, you know, a few years ago, about 8 years ago, God blessed me to become an advocate, and an advocate for children. And when I became an advocate for children, I realized that he gave me that job and he allowed me that opportunity and put me in that field for a reason, because children don't often get to use their voice the way they know how, the way they want to, because they don't know how to. You know what I mean? So I want to start this off with the bad parenting, but talking about bad relationships. And so you can kindly chime in whenever you want to and tell me if I'm wrong, or tell me if you feel like it's a difference of opinion. But I want to start with the bad relationships as far as the beginning of a bad relationship. So when we become parents, in the beginning, just once the baby is growing inside of you, and you know y'all are in a relationship, but y'all haven't actually committed and become husband and wife, and y'all are just dating, and now you have a baby that's on the way. It could be the start of a bad situation. And I say that because unfortunately, neither person has truly committed to the other person. And because of that, it leaves room for that person to do whatever they want to do. You know, that person can say, okay, well, I just decided I wanted to just be with this person for one night, and I got this girl pregnant, or I was with this guy for one night and I got pregnant, and now we have a baby that's on the way. And now that baby is on the way, and it's just up in the air, like what we going to do, we don't know. One of two things happens, right, in situations like that. You either stick it out and form a union and stay in a relationship and become married, or you go your separate ways. They could both lead down hard, I'm not going to say bad, hard roads. However, when you work at either one of them, when you really work at it and when you pray on it. So listen, I'm not going to be religious on y'all tonight, because that's not me. But I'm extremely spiritual, and I have a relationship with God. So if my relationship with God and me speaking about God offends anybody, well, God dang it, you might as well click off this live, because let me tell you, everything that I do has to have him in it. But when you start these relationships out, if you don't include God, and if you don't pray on it, and you don't go in it for the right reasons, it's going to have a bad outcome. So lately I've been seeing some situations where the relationship started from these parents where they were just friends. There was no commitment. And they decided, well, I'm just going to stick in, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stay for the sake of my child. I'm going to stay with this person. I'm going to be in a relationship with this person because I don't want my child being raised by somebody else. I don't want my child having to grow up in a home, not having both parents. So I'm going to stick in, and I'm going to stick with this person, and we're going to make this work. That's a beautiful thing, right? That sounds good, right? That's beautiful, because now you got a family. Now you've gone from a one-night stand to a family. The bad part of that is you're now getting to know that person in a rush, because you guys have a baby coming and you're rushing to get to know that person. And so once that baby comes, it's no more about you and that person. Now it's about the baby, which means if you ain't already got in and you ain't already fell in love, and both of y'all aren't on the same page and the same accord, and y'all ain't doing the same thing, then y'all done rushed into a relationship, and y'all done rushed into being together. And now you have this baby that is the product of this situation. It can go good or it could go bad. So once you've decided that you're going to be with this person and that you're going to be in this relationship, that's your mental, right? That ain't got nothing to do with your heart. It's just your mental, because you're telling yourself, this is what I need to do. Because what is coming from the heart is your genuine desire to do what's right for this child. But at some point, when you realize that you can't stand this other person, that you don't like the way this person talks, this person, you don't get along with this person, it's just becoming a really bad situation, and you just really don't like this person getting on your nerves, this person is annoying, this person is nothing working with this person. But instead of you working on whatever, or you having conversations so that you can work on whatever's going on between you and this person, and you just staying because you have this one thing in your mind, and that one thing is that you want to stay in this relationship so that your child is not growing up without a parent. But instead of you working to improve the relationship between you and this other adult, and you're simply sticking with this person because you have that one thing in your mind. Y'all know I got menopause. Sorry. But you got this one thing in your mind that you want to stay with this person so that you don't have to have your child grow up by themselves. That's when it becomes a problem. Because if you don't have communication with this person, if you just sticking with this person, this was not my job, y'all. If y'all just coming in here, you got to follow me and make sure you stay up to where I'm at so that you don't be like, what the hell is she talking about? If you had a one night stand, you just developed this relationship with this person with a purpose. Your purpose wasn't to be with this person. Your purpose wasn't to have a loving relationship with this person. Your purpose was to stay with this person so that your child can never know what it's like to grow up in a household with one parent. So your purpose in staying with this person who you don't really know, with developing a relationship with this person who you don't really like, is to just make sure that your child is going to grow up in a household where your child will not have to be with just one parent. You want to make sure that you are a part of everything and that your child knows you 100% and doesn't have to have your absence in their life. So you decide you're going to be with that person. But you now come to a place where you no longer like the other adult, whether it's the woman or the man. It's just not clicking. Something's just not right. And instead of you saying, okay, something's just not right, let us go ahead and do something that's really simple, like go to therapy or talk to a counselor or talk to a preacher, a pastor, not your mother, not his mother, not her father, but somebody outside of the situation and the whole equation. You don't decide to go do that. You decided you just going to stay there without having the proper communication fixed between the two of you so that you two can actually start to like each other a little bit. So you can start to actually really fall in love with each other for each other and not just for the child. If you don't do those things, you are creating a bad situation, and now you have become a bad parent. I don't care if you are spending all your money on the child got designer everything, got a whole designer crib, you got designer Pampers, the baby got New Balances on his feet, the baby got everything in the world, but you can't stand that baby's mother, you can't stand that baby's father, but y'all in a whole relationship living in the same house, can't not being able to stand each other, but y'all one sole purpose, the only reason that y'all are together is because you want to make sure that your child has another parent, and because you want to make sure that your child has another parent in the household, you're going to hold on to this toxic relationship. Instead of repairing it, instead of making sure that y'all can really work through it, you're just going to hold on to this toxic relationship so that your child does not have to not have both parents. That's one of the reasons. The other reason somebody will hold on to a relationship like that, and I'm gonna say this from women, from a woman's point of view, because again, remember, I am a single mom. I have 9 children. One of the reasons I stayed married for 5 years to my first husband is because I refused for somebody to say, oh my God, look at her. She's a single mom. I didn't even, you see now, I said it roll off my tongue. I don't even care. I'm a single mother. It don't taste good. It don't sound good, but it's my reality. And I'd rather give you my reality than to pretend something else. I could have pretended and stayed in that marriage that I was in, and I'd be married February the 27th, February the 25th this year. I would have been married 20 years had I stayed in that relationship just for my children. I stayed for 5 years, but it was a toxic relationship. So instead of me saying, let me stay married to this man so that my children have a father, so that my children don't have to be raised in a household with just one parent, let me stay married to this man so that I can never be called a single mother. Let me stay married to this man so my children don't have to grow up not having both parents in their household. To me, and I don't care how it sounds, the reality is all of those reasons I just gave you were some really selfish reasons. Because the only reason that you should stay married to a man is because you love that man, y'all have a good relationship, you're dedicated and devoted to that man, and vice versa. The only reason you should stay married to a woman is because that is what you want to do. You cannot stay in a relationship for someone else unless it's even for God. You can say, I know that's another thing. That was another thing. My second marriage, I said, you know what? I want to stay married because I don't want God to be upset with me. I don't want God to frown upon me. In Islam, they will tell you, I'm not sure where it says it, because so I'm not going to say where it says, but I'm going to quote what they say. It says that if you divorce, then Allah will frown upon you. Oh my God, that's stuck in my head like, oh my God, I don't want God to frown upon me. I don't want God to not be happy with me. So I got to stay married. I can't divorce this man. I've already been divorced once. I can't do it twice. I got to stay married. I cannot have my children now be with a single mom yet again. I'm a failure at marriage yet again. All of the reasons that I would have stayed married, all of the reasons that I did stay married for the 5 years the first time and the 7 years the second time were selfish reasons. You know why I say it's selfish? Because if you really want to do something for your child, if you really want your child to be happy, then you need to provide a happy environment. You need to provide them with a happy home. You need to provide them with happiness. And happiness is not seeing their mother not speak to their father, or their father not treat their mother the way she should be treated. Happiness is not your child seeing your mother walk around with tears in her eyes every day because her father done did something wrong. Or a man, now we know men ain't walking around with tears in their eyes, but we do know that men cry too. However, happiness is not seeing daddy come home and not even want to speak to mommy. Happiness is not seeing happiness for your child is not saying your parents just not even want to be together. If you want to provide them with a loving home and provide them with happiness, and if you want to do something for them, the best thing that you can do for them is provide them with a happy home by making sure that you're happy. I learned a long time ago that I had to make sure that I was happy before I could make sure that anybody was happy. Now, I might not still to this day be the happiest person in the world, but one thing that I am is I am happy with the decisions that I have made now. I am comfortable with myself. My children, they don't have to come in here and see me breaking down crying every day. They don't have to see me worried and my hair falling out because I got a wig. So but they don't gotta see me, they don't have to see me falling apart because I'm trying to keep a marriage together that was already doomed from the beginning. They don't have to see that. And if you are married, don't take what I'm saying right now and say, oh yes, because I can't stand my husband, so she just gave me validation, or I can't stand my wife, so he just gave me validation, so now I can definitely just go ahead and leave the marriage. I can go ahead and just say, okay, enough is enough and leave. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, if you are married and if you are in a relationship with your child's mother, and that child's mother, you and that child's mother just absolutely not getting along, and it's just not working out, it's just a bad situation all the way around the board. If it's a bad situation, then you need to fix that situation. You need to do something like go get counseling. You need to have conversation and make sure that I know somebody else that is in a marriage right now, and one person wants to communicate, the other person don't. The other person don't want to communicate because the other person just simply does not like that other person. The other person is done. So one person is 1,000% done. The other person is like, I'm trying to communicate. Nothing's happening, but they just going home together, and they're in the house together, and they're around each other, and they're around their children who know that they don't like each other. So you have a bad environment. You have an environment that is toxic. And that to me is bad parenting. So hold on, because I can't see your comments. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. All right, hold on. Because I was hoping that I could see that screen up there, but I can't. So let me see. Right, Maurice. Hold on. Can I? Dang, you know what, y'all? Maurice, I just realized something. So I decided to go freaking live on the iPad instead of my phone. And so I can't even invite you on the iPad to the conversation. All I could do is read your comments. But it's good. Your comments are good enough. So, I mean, I'm sure y'all can read too. But I just want to touch on that real quick. Misery, Misery and the kids knows. Yes. Okay. Being miserable. And this is not even just with the other parent, being miserable as a parent, period. You know, my daughter became a mom recently, and she's breastfeeding. And I had to say to her, you know, not that she's sad, because she's not sad or whatever, but she's, you know, getting the groove of being able to breastfeed and wanting to make sure that she breastfeeds properly. And so she was like getting a little frustrated, like, well, he's not taking it or something, right? And so I said, you know, you have to totally relax. Even from the beginning, when your child is first born, and from the mother to the baby, when your child is first born, and if you try to breastfeed, your baby is not going to be relaxed and actually take to your breast if you're not relaxed, if you're not calm, if you don't have this serene mothering, okay, let me breastfeed this baby properly and just be not frustrated, your baby's not going to take on. I breastfed all of my kids, and my third child, she was just going berserk, crazy. She just like screaming all the time, just angry. She just would not nurse right. And I was like, what is wrong with this baby? And I went to the doctor, and the doctor said to me, well, you sitting here in tears and she in tears. You upset, she's upset. And I'm sharing that with you guys with that misery. Children feel your misery. Children feel your pain. Mothers, fathers, period. Children, when you love somebody, you know, you might have that good friend. You might have that family member that you're really, really close to and connected to. And you see that person, and you can see that person and instantly see something ain't right. What's the matter? You're not happy because you know something's wrong with that person. So just imagine, and I don't gotta tell you imagine, because we all adults here, and I'm sure that at some point in your life you might have been in a relationship that was like that, where you got around that person and you just were not happy. You got around that person and you just really were either angry, you were sad, you just didn't like that person. Something was just not right. Your children feel that. Your children see that. And if you don't fix that, then that is bad parenting. I believe, again, that's an Akira quote, but I believe that's bad parenting, because just as much as it is your right to be happy, it's their right to be happy too. And God appointed us, their parents. He appointed us, their mothers and their fathers. And not just our children's mothers and fathers, but every child that you come in contact with, we're their mothers and their fathers, we're their aunties, we're their uncles, whatever. These children have a right to be happy. This world is so messed up right now. And I personally believe because the adults are messed up. We messed up. I didn't even say me. I'm still praying my way to be better than I was yesterday. Praying my way through the pain that I've endured in my yesterday. I'm still praying my way to be a better person and to feel better and to do better. One of my goals is to stop crying in front of my kids. I have breakdowns. Let me tell you, I'm talking about serious breakdowns where one day I was so tore up. I was so heartbroken. I was so just tired, frustrated, mentally just overwhelmed. I came in my house, walked in my door, walked up the step and collapsed. I went to go and get the stuff out the pots and pans. I walked in the house, went in the kitchen. You know, I said, let me just start cooking dinner. Went to reach for the pots and pans and collapsed literally on the floor and just fell apart. And all my children came in and just all got on the floor with me and cried with me. And although even reminiscing on that, you know, that was a beautiful moment, but it was a really heartbreaking moment for me because like they all had to feel my pain that day, you know, and I'm glad that God blessed me with them to help me through that moment. But let that be a moment, because we humans, so we gonna have situations like that. But I had to realize, like after I got myself together, I said, I can't be doing that every day. I can't be doing that. You may have moments, let it be a moment, but I can't be doing that all the time because they deserve to be happy. They don't deserve to have to see their mother going through this. It's not okay. I have to be happy for them. To me, it's selfish if we don't do everything in our power to make sure that we provide our children with a healthy environment, a happy environment, a good environment. To me, it's just selfish if we don't. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me read some of this. Lord, I look crazy. Men cry too, Maurice? Y'all do? I just talked about that earlier on. When y'all cry? When y'all cry? Y'all cry in the bathroom? Where y'all cry at? Tell me, Maurice. Where y'all cry? Tell me where y'all cry. You do have to get it out and let it out, to be honest. Because if you don't cry, and I'm a cry baby. I mean, I'm not now, and that's probably because I don't cry so much. I don't have that many tears left. But I used to be a crybaby, and I would have a breakdown in my car every day before I got home. And I knew that breakdown was going to help me get in that house and be a better mother than going in that house and just holding it all in and being angry and being mean. Well, I've never been mean to my kids, but just being angry. You know, I have gone in the house and just been angry, not really want to talk, not really want to be loving like I normally am. So I learned, like, let me just go ahead and have these emotional breakdowns in the car. I tell you, I had an emotional breakdown in my car. I remember from 2014 to 2016, I cried in my car every day. But those cries helped me. They helped me. They strengthened me. But I did it in my car because I did not want my children to have to feel the pain that I was feeling. I didn't even want them to have to say, Mommy, are you okay? I didn't want them to have to say, Mommy, what's the matter? All right, y'all, hold on. That's right, Maurice. I'm so mad you're not here. And I can't even put you on here on the live. Lord, I look like a crazy person with this fan, but I be hot. Okay. So that is my introduction to bad parenting. So the questions of tonight, the question of the night for this live is, what is bad parenting to you? So you can tell me what bad parenting is to you. What do you believe bad parenting is? Rochelle, hey boo. I am so mad that I cannot invite on here. That was so, see, I did all that to have a show on this daggone iPad and can't even invite nobody to the live. Ooh, my shoes. What is bad parenting to you guys? Y'all, this is not just for me, this is for everybody. So another thing, let me tell you about me real quick. Another thing I have in the making right now is I have an organization called Just Mommy and Me, and Just Mommy and Me Incorporated was created to help young mothers, to give them the inspiration and encouragement and all the tools that they needed to learn how to be better moms and transition properly into motherhood. So I started this organization. Well, I came up with this organization like in 2009. I didn't actually put the paperwork in until 2015. And when I opened it as transitional housing, and I just took in homeless women and children, and it did not go in the direction that I was trying for it to go, that I had a goal for it to go into. So I decided to revamp my entire program. And this May, which will, mark an anniversary, I decided that I'm going to open it back up as an outreach center for young mothers and young fathers, because young mothers and young fathers both need the direction, and they both need the inspiration, and they both need the tools and the help and the encouragement and all of that good stuff, and the mentors to help them to transition properly into parenthood. And so in me being in doing that, I'm going to be having classes that'll be given by both women and men. And if you're interested in being an instructor or being a part of that organization, please, by all means, inbox me after the show, because I could use you. Because this is just one woman trying to make a difference. Praying that this one woman trying to make a difference turns into an entire 1,000 million people trying to make a difference with Just Mommy and Me. It's extremely important because there are a lot of parents that are parents now that don't know how to be parents because they didn't have parents. There are a lot of parents that are trying to parent and just don't understand why they can't properly parent. And not that I have all of the T's to cross, that I don't have all my T's crossed and all my I's dotted, but I do have a lot of knowledge. And not just me, a lot of parents like you, Mr. Maurice, Rochelle, Jaleesa, all of you, you have skills. You are all parents. So to be able to help these parents, and the age is from 12 to 24. So I started at 12 because unfortunately there are 12-year-olds who become parents. And I stopped at 24 because I want to gear it towards the young people. I know that there are plenty of people that need help with parenting, but I just want to be able to get directly to a certain age group. And so 12 to 24 is what I would be the age group that I'll be catering to. And so I'm telling you guys that because that goes into tonight's topic as well. One of the reasons why I'm doing this organization, you know, there are a lot of mothers and fathers out here that are young mothers and fathers, and they get into these altercations, they get into these relationships, and they end up going their separate ways, and then it becomes an altercation. It's crazy. Right now, I have some clients who are my clients in my when I worked for the state for foster care and group homes. They were my clients, and they actually are going through what I'm talking about right now, the parenting. They become parents and becoming parents, being young. Now they upset with each other. They can't seem to get along, and they're fighting and battling over who's going to have the baby, who's not going to have the baby, or who, you know, it's ugly, you know. And I think that if we have, my belief and my heart is that if we have an outreach center where my program is actually offered to these children in hospitals and schools, and they can come to this outreach center to get the guidance that they need to properly be able to assess these situations so that they don't get so far blown out of control. You know, girls who get pregnant early on, and, you know, they're in fear of telling anybody. And unfortunately, sometimes they decide that they're going to kill a baby after the baby is born. They don't decide that, but it happens when a baby is born. Or these girls that put these babies in a trash can. There's a young lady who put her baby in the microwave and killed her baby right after it was born. There's a young lady who had a toddler and then had a newborn baby, and she put her baby in the dryer and killed her baby. You know, these things happen because unfortunately, there are a lot of young people that get pregnant and don't know what to do, and they don't have anybody to talk to, and they don't want to talk to a social worker. They don't want to talk to somebody that's going to scream and cuss them out or disrespect them. They don't have parents at home, so they need somebody. So I'm praying that God blesses me to be that somebody that's going to be there for them, and that God blesses me with a whole lot of other angels and people that's going to come along and join this organization, Just Mommy and Me and Just Daddy and Me, and help these young people to properly transition into parenthood and to be able to successfully be parents to their children. And then we don't have to turn on the news every day and see something horrific happening to somebody's baby because they just didn't know how to be a parent to that baby. They just didn't know what to do when they got pregnant because they thought, well, if somebody knows I'm pregnant, then they're gonna hate me, or they're not gonna want to be a part of my life, and whatever the case may be. So they hide their pregnancy, and then God knows, you know, another thing that these young girls don't understand is, like, the pregnancy ain't gonna disappear. You know, it's not gonna go away. The baby's there. It's gonna come one way or another. The baby is gonna come. And you know, one story I read, the 17-year-old girl in Arizona, she just would not accept that she was pregnant. She knew she was pregnant, but she just didn't want to accept it. And months went on. She went to school. None of her friends noticed. Her dad, she was living with her father. Nobody noticed that she was pregnant. So one day she's in the house doing her homework. You guys probably heard about this story, but she's in the house doing her homework and goes in labor. She runs into the laundry room, and, you know, she's not knowing she's in labor. She just knows she's in a lot of pain and she's bleeding. So she runs into the laundry room to wash the sheets that she just bled on, to hurry up and try to wash stuff because she's scared that her dad is going to come home and he's going to find out that she, you know, is bleeding and something's going on. As she's in the laundry room, the baby comes out on the laundry room floor. It sounds so horrific even thinking about it, but I read the story, and this is one of the stories that, like, stuck with me, and it stuck with me so much so that I want to go and actually visit this young girl in Arizona in jail and have a conversation with her. But the girl reached over. There was some scissors in the laundry room, and she grabbed the scissors when the baby came out and stabbed the baby 77 times. 77 times. It never will leave my mind. 77 times she stabbed a newborn baby girl, a baby she had just given birth to, a baby that was hers, like a part of her flesh, her blood. She carried this baby 9 months, not telling anybody, stabbed the baby 77 times because the baby wouldn't stop crying. And she knew that if her father walked in the door, well, she felt if her father walked in the door and heard this baby and found out what had happened, that he would kill her or do something to her. So that story was horrific. Sorry I had to share it with y'all, but I know about the story. So if you did hear about it, now you know about it. So my goal, that story is another one of the stories that pushes this drive inside of my heart and inside of my mind and in my body and my soul and my spirit to have Just Mommy and Me and Just Daddy and Me actually come to life, because it can save a life. God willing, it'll save a life. It will save a life. You know, these young fathers out here that have have babies. You know, I think I'm going to share another story from a father's point of view. There's a young guy who had a baby, and he's just like so happy that he has a baby because he didn't have the father figure in his life to be there for him. He didn't have the love that he felt like he was supposed to have growing up. He didn't feel like he had that. He felt like he was missing all of that. He didn't have, even though, you know, he had family, he didn't have family. What you want on my phone? For what? Okay, I need this because I gotta read his comments. But he felt like he didn't have He felt like he didn't have the love that, you know, everybody else had. He was like, you know, I didn't really have my mom there for me like that. My dad wasn't there for me. I didn't really have that much family. Nobody really cared about me. And now I got a baby. So, you know, I just want to make sure I have my baby with me all the time. And that sounds good, right? That's a good thing. You know, you would want the father to be a part of, you know, his child's life. You want the father to be able to be there and have that bond and that love with that child. But his desire to be there for this child was overpowering his common sense, because he was thinking in his mind, well, I'm just going to have this baby with me. Not thinking, okay, well, the mom has to have something to say about it too. The baby has a mother. This baby needs the mother too. And so I'm sharing that with you just from a father's point of view, because I can't relate to him, because I don't know. I didn't grow up like that. I don't know what it's like to finally have, you know, a baby or something, and like, okay, now I have a baby, and now this baby is a part of my life, and nobody can take this baby away. He didn't realize, like, this baby needs Pampers, this baby needs milk, this baby needs more than just you to carry it around and show it off. This baby is more than just now something to just be there for you. Like, you got to actually take care of this baby. You have to actually provide for this baby, and you also have to have a relationship with this baby's mother. Like, this baby's mother was not an incubator. It was actually a mother. This baby has an actual mother. And so I tell that story because the situation was really ugly with that young man. Got upset, wanted to fight everybody, got angry, wanted to threaten everybody, almost got his ass whipped. Like, it just almost got him in a bad situation. So I'm telling you that because I know that men need the help and the guidance just as much as the women need the help and the guidance. And I'm praying that Just Mommy and Me helps give them the guidance that they need. So, okay, hold on. Me too. Bad parenting means letting your children live at home full of stress, not being listening in, not being present. Jaleesa, I hope you still on here. Yes, that is bad parenting as well. Like, I know that you guys watch the news a lot. Even if you don't watch the news like me, I don't really watch the news, but I'm on Facebook all the time. So I see, even though I don't want to see bad things, I see the bad things that are going on via Facebook because it's in my timeline. In just this year alone, no, not 2017, not 2018, but in 2017 alone, now coming into 2018. So I'm going to say from about November till now, I know of 4 little girls who have taken their lives, who have killed themselves. And the scary thing is, all 4 little girls were 11 years old. They were each 11. Isn't that scary? Like, it's not just scary, it's heartbreaking. And so you have to wonder and say, well, what was going on that these 4 little girls killed themselves? And they all killed themselves from bullying. So each of them were victims of being bullied at school. And one of them was a victim of being bullied on Musical.ly. You guys probably heard about that one too. And this is all from November to now. We're still in January. 4 little girls, 11 years old, have killed themselves. And so for me, I think I have 2 11-year-old daughters. And I'm like, You know, did these girls not feel comfortable talking to their parents? Did they not feel like their parents would actually do something to help them in these horrible situations? Like, what was going on? Did their parents not listen to them? Did their parents not hear them? Like, what happened that these 4 little girls went home from school and killed themselves? Like, killed themselves. Like, it just blows my mind. What happened there? And I'm not blaming the parents at all. But what I am bringing light to is just what you just said, Jaleesa. Somewhere along the line, as parents, it's our job, it's our duty to step in and have conversations. Let me tell you something. My kids, they be mad at me because I want to know everything. If I even see that they look like they're sad, if I see that they look like something's going on, I'm all up in their face. What's going on? What's the matter? What's the matter? Just last night, my 11-year-old was in her room. Somebody called me and said she was crying. Let me tell you something. I hauled ass in there, went laid in the bed with her, snuggled with her, kissed on her, loved on her. What's the matter? What happened? What's going on? I had just seen her 10 minutes before, so I'm like, what just now happened? So 10 minutes before, she was happy, but she had got in trouble because her sister, her younger sister, was telling me that she was messing with her. So me being a parent, and I'm going to tell you about my bad parenting. So this was my bad parenting. I'm going to share this with y'all, right? So my 7-year-old comes to me yesterday and says, "Ma, Kyra keep on being mean to me, and she's crying." So she's crying. My 7-year-old's crying. "Kyra keeps on being mean to me, and she won't let me do such and such. She won't let me watch the video on YouTube." So I called Kyra downstairs because I'm helping with the grandson last night. So I'm just helping with the baby, and Kyra comes downstairs, and Kyra said, "Ma," I said, "I don't want to hear anything." I said, "Let me tell you something. This is your little sister. And the only thing that matters to me right now is that your little sister is standing here crying, that she's upset because of something you did. So what you need to do right now is apologize for what you did to her, give her a hug, and go up there and spend quality time with her and let her watch the video." That was what I did. Bad parenting. Bad parenting. So about 10 minutes later, 10-15 minutes later, the 7-year-old comes to me again. "Ma, something's wrong with Kyra. Something wrong with her. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she in her room crying." I jumps up, run in the room. "What's the matter?" I'm not even thinking about what just happened 15 minutes ago. I'm like, "What's the matter?" So I run in the room. I get in the bed with her. I'm rubbing. I'm like, "What's the matter? Why are you crying? What's the matter?" She wasn't saying nothing at first. I'm kissing. "What's the matter? Why are you crying? Like, what's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me." She's like, "I'm not, nothing. I said, "Oh, well, I'm not leaving this bed until you tell me." So we connected at the hip. So until you decide to tell mommy what's going on or what's making you cry, I'm not leaving. So she said every time something happens to Kaden, she blames it on me and then starts crying to you, and you don't listen to me. You just yell at me, and I didn't even do anything. I said, "Well, let me apologize to you now, because that was wrong of me." I said, "But Kaden was crying, and I just wanted to just hurry up and fix the situation because I was, dealing with your nephew." So I said, "But I'm really sorry." I said, "So why don't you tell me what happened?" So she said, "Well, Mommy, I was watching a video on YouTube, and I wanted to show Kyrie, which is my son. I wanted to show him the video, but Kaden got upset and said no, she wanted to watch another video, and I told her she just needed to wait a minute, and then she just ran downstairs and started crying and told you." So I'm like, damn it. I done busted this child to made her go hug her sister and didn't even give her a chance to tell me what was wrong. And you know what I'm saying? She didn't even really do anything wrong. So that was my bad parenting. So it's wrong of us. I'm going to say, because I know I'm the only person to do this. When you doing something else and the kid come crying, you just try to shut it down real quick. And I'm big on hugs and love. So if one child come to me crying, look, give them a hug. That's your sibling. Hug them, love them, apologize, keep it moving. I do that on a regular. I know now that I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Because from now on, I'm going to listen to both sides. No matter how busy I am, no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to stop what I'm doing, and I'm going to listen to both sides, and I'm not going to just choose a side or tell somebody, "Oh, this is what you're going to do." I'm going to make sure that I do it equally so that Kyra or no other child in my household ever has to have their feelings hurt like that again, to where they crying and, oh, you know, whatever. So that was my bad parenting spill. Hold on, wait a second. I'm nosy as hell. I pray I'm raising a child this cruel world. Yes. I think it's, you have to talk to your children. Always that line of communication open and make them feel comfortable to open up to you. Oh my gosh. I think that's the issue with children that go home and just commit suicide, or, you know, or they, you know, do something, or even the children that go out here and bully. I talked to a child one time and this child was telling me like, well, they always get beat on at home. They're always getting beat on at home. They're always getting cussed out at home. So they just decided that they was going to go to school and become a bully. Not one of my children, thank God. But it was another person's child that was being a bully. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And I got to get to the root of it. Whether you my child and you came from me, or you somebody else's child, I need to get to the root of things. And I need to understand why you acting out. So in me having that conversation with that child, they were telling me like they were being bullied at home. So they decided to come to school and be a bully. And they knew it wasn't right, but they just did it. I don't know why and I got to the root of that too. Well, let me call your parent and let me have a conversation with your parent. Let me talk to your siblings and let me just go real deep. And I did, and I was able to actually have a conversation with not just the parent, but the other siblings, and just get them to all understand you doing the one thing you're doing at home is having an effect on everybody. Because now you're being mean or being a big sister, and it was girls, but you're being, you know, mean to your little sister, and now she's coming to school and she's bullying, you know, these children, and these children are now suffering because of what you're doing. The domino effect. It's ugly. So that open communication with your child is extremely important. No matter how much your child say you get on their nerves. My 14-year-old, she came home the other day and she looked like she was sad. And I said, oh, I don't care. I'm coming in there. I'm laying in the bed with you. I'm kissing you. I'm loving you. I'm not moving and I'm not leaving until I know what's going on. Because unless I know what's going on, then anything could happen. No, you need therapy. You need a therapist. We did family therapy for years. We're about to start doing family therapy again because it's important. Your children need that. Your children need to be able to have that comfortability. Like, okay, mommy really is concerned. Mommy really does care. Because if they feel like mommy or even daddy really is not concerned, or mommy or daddy really does not care, then they're going to act out in some way. Either they're going to act out and, God forbid, do something horrible to themselves, or they're going to act out and do something horrible to somebody else, because now they feel like they don't matter. So making sure that our children feel like they matter is extremely important, and having that communication and giving them that love and that extra, you know, it's needed. So let's talk about baby mama drama. Who got baby mama drama? Do you? Anybody on here got baby mama drama? If not, we're going to skip right on over to baby daddy drama. I said we're going to skip right on over to baby daddy drama. Who got baby mama drama? So, no, in all fairness, I'm going to speak on baby mama drama real quick, right? Because I'm a baby mama. I'm divorced. Even though I was married to them dudes, I'm still their baby mama now. I'm their ex-wife, but I'm their baby mama. You got baby mama drama, Jaleesa? Oh! Yes, that open door policy without judgment is important. But, okay, what's your baby mama drama, Jaleesa? I need to know this. But, oh yeah, baby daddy drama. Okay, well first let's be right. Let's be nice, even though it's just us ladies here. Let's be nice and let's speak on the baby mama drama sometimes, because there's a lot of men out here that deal with baby mama drama. And women too, because I'm dealing with baby mama drama, not for my baby mama, but just a whole. Can somebody get Isabel? I'm dealing with baby mama drama from somebody else. But you know, back to what I was talking about in the beginning of this live, when I was speaking on, hey, do me a favor, talk about it, give me a please. When I was speaking on the relationship and the breakdown of the relationship, and when you get in these toxic relationships and you really don't want to be in a relationship, so you end the relationship. So you stay in a relationship for the sake of staying in a relationship and having a family and not being a baby daddy or a baby mama. You know, if you heard that, if you didn't hear that, just rewind this after the show and watch it for me. Okay. The other result, if you don't stay in that relationship and you end that relationship and now you guys are going your separate way, now no matter whether you're going through a divorce or whether you were married, no matter whether you were married or just in a relationship, you are now going to have baby mama or baby daddy drama if you still don't have effective and proper communication. Communication is everything. Do you hear me? Communication is everything. Like if you don't have proper communication and effective communication, like there's a whole lot of different levels of communication. Proper communication, effective communication, because you can communicate with somebody and be disrespectful. That's improper communication. And improper communication for them people. Let me give you improper baby mama communication. I don't give a fuck what you think you about to do with the whole hand, the shaking of the head. I don't know what you think this is. I don't know what you think you finna do. I don't know who you think you finna get. I don't know where you think you finna go. I did that too well, didn't I? That was done way too well. Anyway, if you have that type, that's improper communication. The whole it's improper. And you know why it's improper? Because it's giving off bad signals immediately. It's making him mad immediately. It's making him not listen to you immediately, which now means you have ineffective communication. Is that a word? Ineffective communication. Ineffective. I don't know. But it's not effective. How about that? How about that? It's not effective communication. Your communication is not really heard. No matter what you're saying, I don't really know what you finna do. I don't know what you think you finna do. When you're doing all of that, he's not hearing absolutely anything you're saying because you're going off like that. So he's not really hearing you. So you do not have effective communication. You have improper communication. So to properly communicate, let me tell you something. My baby father's type great. They don't like me. Because I don't even get mad. I don't get angry. I'm not doing the whole I'm not doing all of that. When I have a conversation with my ex-husband, even my ex-husband, my last ex-husband, who hates my guts, and I know we do, and it's okay. Because I don't have conversations with him for me. I don't have conversations with him because I want to have a conversation with him. I have conversations I don't have conversations with him at all, actually, because he hasn't showed up in a couple of years. However, when I was having conversations with him, it was for my children. That's it. From the day I decided that we were getting a divorce, from the day I decided that our marriage was over and it was going to end, our communication was solely for my children. I was not angry with him because of because of anything. Like I wasn't mad. I didn't bring my personal feelings for him or my personal anger for him or my personal heartbreak with him. I didn't bring that to the conversations that I had with him about my children. So when I spoke with him with common goddamn sense. I didn't do all of it. Didn't get to that. I'm not gonna lie. One time we did have one of those, and that's because I was ready to throw these blows and knock that nigga out. But other than that, we had effective communication because I talked to him like, listen, what day would you like to come and pick your kids up? What day would you like to be able to pick them up? And even when he did things that were disrespectful and out of line, like meet me at Burger King instead of meet me at his house, he didn't want me to know where he lives, so meet me at Burger King. Okay, no problem. Where's the Burger King located at? Meet me at McDonald's. Okay, no problem. Where's the McDonald's located at? I'll bring the children there. Meet me at on Greenmount at the shopping center. Okay, what shopping center would you like for me to meet you at? Where would you like for me to go? Even when he did disrespectful stuff, I still killed that with kindness because I'm not bringing my personal pain, my personal anger, or my personal want to grab his eyeballs out his goddamn head through them glasses and rip them out and ring them around his neck with the veins that's connecting to his insides. I didn't use that pain. I didn't use that pain to communicate with him about our children because that pain is my pain. It's not their pain. If I had used the pain that, oh wait, hold on, y'all. If I had used the pain that I was feeling to communicate with him, then he could say in 2017 that the reason that he is not a father to his children is because because we don't have a good relationship. He uses that. He tells people that, well, we don't have a good relationship and I don't see my children because we don't have a good relationship. We don't have a good relationship because he's using his pain from our previous relationship to dictate whether or not he's a father to his children. That's insane. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's sad. That's sorry. That's ignorance. Like I'm about to go on and on, y'all, with a whole lot of words. But I ain't gonna do it. But I'm just saying, as far as a baby mama, because I am a baby mama. And some people be like, no, you an ex-wife. Don't call yourself a baby mama. I don't care. I'm a baby mama. But I make sure that I communicate effectively. And I even make sure, one time I called his phone. I have a daughter who unfortunately suffers from separation anxiety, and she went through a lot of emotional turmoil when her father stopped being there. And when we went through our divorce and, everything, it just really took a toll on her. And so I called him one time and I said, I really, really, really apologize for whatever pain I caused you. I really apologize, because that pain that I must have caused you for whatever reason, and I don't know what pain I caused him, y'all, because ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. For the 7 years we was married, I took care of his ass. I fed him, cleaned him. It's like, but I did, though. I took care of him. So I don't know what pain I caused him, but clearly there's some type of pain that I caused him. So I said, I don't know what pain I caused you, or whatever, but I just want to apologize for it from the bottom of my heart. My daughter needs you. Your daughter needs you. She's going through a lot, and I don't want her to have to be without you because of whatever pain or anger or resentment you have for me. So let me apologize so that you could be a father to her. He was like, all right, hung up. He ain't seen her for like a year after that. And since then, he ain't seen her for like 2 years now. But, so as a baby mama, I could have done a lot of things. I could have been that hood rat, slapping like baby mama, but that wasn't me, and it still isn't me. And I think because it isn't me, it makes it, I know this sounds crazy, right? But I really think that because it isn't me, because I'm not that ratchet, oh, you gonna take care of your kids, oh, I don't care what you gonna do, but you gonna take care of these kids type of baby mama, I think that makes him even more upset, because I'm so calm, because I'm so okay, because I think he thinks like, oh, well, she really don't care about not being with me. No, I don't. It's about the children. And when relationships end, if people could make it about the children, then you would have good parenting. But because you're making it about each other and about that relationship, it makes it bad. My first husband told me, if you be with me, well, one time, let me tell you this real quick. Let me tell you this right. Because my second husband him and his family always be like, you always talking about him, but you don't never talk about your first husband. That's because I don't want to talk about that nigga either. I want to talk about any one of them. But I'm going to tell y'all something about my first husband, right? So my first husband hadn't seen my children in probably like 7 years. My son was about 13. So he hadn't seen them in about 7 years. No, I'm still wrong. I don't know. It had to be like almost 10 years, right? And so he finds me or whatever. My dad found him. My dad said, he wants to see, he wants to talk to you. So I said, oh, okay. All right, well, let's talk. So yes, I'm right, y'all. It was 10 years. Okay, because I have been divorced. Okay, 10 years. So I'm like, okay, so he can call me, he wants to see the kids or something. Like, he ain't seen the children. My daughter, he hadn't seen her since she was 1, and he only saw her one time. And my other 2 kids, he hadn't seen them. So I'm like, okay, he wants to see him. So he comes and he meets me to see the kids. My daughter, who had never actually met him at the time, was super excited. She was like so excited. Like she, got to see her. She wanted to see her dad. And so he comes in the hallway in my parents' building or whatever. And he's like, hey, so he like greets all the kids and everything. And he's like, can I talk to you? So I'm like, what's up? What's going on? And he was like, I'm trying, I really want my wife back. I really want to be with you. I really want us to make things work. And I was like, after all these years, you think you can walk in this hallway and say that to me and it mean anything? After all these years of you not being there for your children, after all these years of not a phone call, not a text message, not a telegram, not a kite, not a cuckoo, not a nothing. After all these years, you ain't paid child support. You ain't done anything. You have done nothing. And you think that those words are going to woo me over and make me feel some type of way? I said, sir, I called you because I heard you wanted to see your children. And your daughter has been dying to meet you. So you can go have a conversation with them. I don't really have nothing to say to you, but I'm happy that you're well. I'm happy that you're doing good. And if you want to see them continuously, just let me know. This fool said, oh, I'm coming back for my wife. I promise y'all, that's what he said. I'm coming back for my wife. That's why I came back for you. I'm coming back for my wife. I have not seen that man since that day. Ain't heard from him. Haven't seen him. Nothing since that day. Sad. Like, what is going on in his brain? You have 3 children. 3 children. And you, what? Anyway. So that's the baby mama thing. Hold up. Ineffective. Rochelle, you be the one, girl. You be the one. I don't have baby mama drama, but my boyfriend, baby mama, is really a mess and it blows me. I stay in my lane, but she bothers me because she's a horrible mom. Kimberly, since we talking about baby mamas right now, let's keep talking about that real quick. Because, just got a text message, make me quiver. So let's talk about that real quick. Kimberly, I just saw a post, right, in Women United about a girl who's upset because her boyfriend's baby mother continues to contact him about things that the baby needs. If you're in Women United, I'm sure you probably read that as well. Oh my gosh, y'all, that text message just now just made me like. Anyway, so I need to cut it. I need to turn my texts off during my show. But anyway, so the girl in the group, you know, she was saying how she was upset because her husband, her baby father's, her boyfriend's baby mother is continuously contacting him saying like the baby need Pampers, the baby need milk, the baby need this, and it's on a daily basis. And she's like, there's no way in the world that this baby needs this stuff every single day. Because if you buy Pampers, milk, whatever, you know, it lasts you a little while. But this woman is consciously, you know, contacting him. And so, you know, she wanted to know, like, what should she do? And so, Kimberly, you just making that statement about the baby mother being a horrible mom, you know, some people was kind of saying that too, like, okay, well, why isn't she taking care of her baby herself, right? And this is my belief. So when you date somebody that has a baby already, when you date somebody that's already got have children, as far as a man or a woman, and they have a baby mother or a baby father that they're involved with, like they had a relationship with, there's always going to be, to me, I believe there should always be effective communication going on between those two people. Now, proper communication and improper communication, again, as we talked about earlier, is the key thing. If they have an improper communication, which is like they fussing and they arguing, then that's going to be a problem. But if they're always talking and communicating about what this baby needs and this baby needs that and this, if it's too much, like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think the baby mother calling every day saying this baby need milk and this baby need Pampers and this baby needs such and such, and he actually goes and gets it? So she's saying he actually leaves to go get it. Do y'all think that's because he still with the baby mother on the low, or is he really, or this baby just really drink a lot of milk and use a lot of Pampers? I think we all know the answer to that one. But how do you tolerate that? Because I personally have not, let me think, have I dealt with somebody? I was about to lie. I have dealt with these text messages. The way they be going, the way they be tapping the hand. It's something going on there. Right. That's what everybody else was saying. Like, it's something going on there. But that's something that like come with the territory, don't you think? Like if you dating somebody that has a baby mother, like you know that they're going to be contacting them, but they need to be the one to put things into place. They need to be the one to put that person in place. I mean, in their place and say like, hey, listen, stop calling my phone every single day because I'm in a relationship. What do you guys think about this, right? What do you think about when you're in a relationship with somebody, or let's just say you got married to somebody who has a baby, right? Because I know, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm on this new diet, and it's a hunger diet is what it is, because I don't eat but like 3 times a day, and my stomach is like, girl, get you something to eat. And then I just keep having this air come up, make me burp. This is not cute. It's not food, this is burp. So excuse me, but y'all probably like, why does she keep? Because I got diet issues going on. But what do you think? Like, what do you think he can possibly do other than like put her in check and say, you know, listen, like, or her put her baby father in check and say, like, listen, like, you have to be respectful of my mate and stop calling me every day. Oh no, this is what I was about to say. What do you guys think about being the middle person? So I've seen a certain couple people be in a marriage, and they decide, okay, well, because we're married now, you be the one to have communication with my baby mother, or you be the one to have communication with my baby father. What do you guys think about that? Because I know that might alleviate the whole. I don't think it alleviates anything, because if you want to be disrespectful, I'm gonna say that if you're gonna be disrespectful and dwindle back into that pot of whatever it is that you was in before that created that baby, if you want to do that, you're gonna do that whether or not you got a middle person there or not. That's what I believe. If you want to cheat, you're going to cheat no matter whether you got a middleman or not. And then be looking stupid. Because whole time, you the middleman like, yeah, Larry. Oh, I forgot I was on FaceTime. Okay, that was done. You going to be on it like, yeah, Larry said, hold on, y'all. Let me check this text. Y'all going to be like, you know what? You gonna be like, yeah, Larry said that you can bring the baby over on Friday. And look, this is my make believe, y'all. I'm not really on the phone. But she like, yeah, Larry said you can bring the baby over on Friday. You know, just go ahead and drop the baby off at 5 o'clock. And she on the other end, and she like, all right, I'll see you on Friday. Meanwhile, soon as you hang up, she texts him like, oh, so I guess I'm gonna see your baby mother on Friday. I guess I'm gonna see your girl on Friday, huh? And he texting her back like, yeah, but am I gonna see you tonight? If he gonna cheat whether it's the middleman or not. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I think that middleman shit is a waste of time. Like, that's crazy to me. And then the baby father thing, Lord have mercy if you don't stop playing with me. And then the baby father thing, like, if you got the baby father and the man like, I'm gonna talk to him because I don't want you talking to him because I don't want nothing happening. So he on the phone like, yeah, yo, I'm trying to sound like a man. Yeah, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have to bring the baby over here because she ain't gonna be able to come over there, or I'm gonna meet you and pick up the baby because, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And he like, all right, yo. And so then after he get off the phone with you talking about your wife, he texting her like, oh, so I see your baby father think he running things now. No, I see a new dude think he running things now. But how about like I know that this is some of y'all situations I still have. You know, he on the phone to calling her like, yeah, so I see a dude running things now or whatever. What's the matter? Oh, you try to get in the camera. It's right here. Now you in that camera, girl. That's my grandson, y'all. Huh? You can show my grandson. That's my grandson.
Like, girl, got me on you looking crazy.
Girl, we all see your silk press. Get off my laugh. Girl, come on. Let me finish talking about baby daddy. You messed up my rug.
No.
I'm about to. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back to the thing so I can read y'all comments. Didn't I tell y'all about my mommy duties? Now I got kids all coming in here. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back to the comments. Hold on. Y'all agree with me though? Y'all agree with me about that middleman crap? That middleman thing is retarded. It's dumb. It's stupid. I know somebody who had a middleman and still ended up having a baby by the baby daddy with the middleman in place. You know what I'm saying? It's retarded. It's retarded. Anyway. He got a reason to step out. Pampers, wink, wink. Right, Angel. Pampers my ass. Like, this is what I think, right? Baby father should do. Baby daddies, right? This one is for you. Baby daddies, if you got a new baby, first of all, if you got a new baby and you already in a relationship with somebody else, that's a little iffy right there. I think. Like, damn. You ain't even try to make it work with your baby mama? You ain't even try? Like, y'all. Anyway, that ain't none of my business. So, if you got a baby mama though, and you got a new baby and you're in a relationship with another girl, the best thing to do to keep her from ringing your phone every 5 minutes about Pampers and milk is take your ass to Sam's Club and get her cases. Get her a couple cases of milk. Get her a couple cases of Pampers, wipes. Get her everything that she needs so that it's not a phone call every day like, Lil John. Oh, I forgot I got a phone right here. Lil John needs some Pampers, like right now, and I need some of you. So yeah. But that be really what be being said on the phone. Y'all just don't hear all of that. Yes, it's gonna be messy. Like you said, parents must communicate. Yes, parents must communicate. All right, so we talked about baby mama drama, right? That's a part of baby mama drama. That baby mama drama will be if you dealing with somebody who has a baby mama, they always gonna feel like they not gonna say always feel, because let me tell you something. My ex-husband, both of them, they got girlfriends that I absolutely am not jealous of. You hear me? They got women that I do not envy, not one little bit. I be looking at them like, you dealing with what I dealt with, and I don't want to deal with no more. So why would I be envious or jealous? But you do have those baby mamas out there that are envious and jealous because they didn't want to let the relationship go. See, the difference between them and me is I ended my relationship. They didn't end the relationship with me. I ended the relationship with them. So I was okay to move on. But had they ended the relationship with me, maybe I would have, no, not them. I wouldn't have felt no type of way. Let me think of somebody that I really like. No. Anyway, but had you, those baby mamas that are in relationships with people that they really want to be with, they really want to be in a relationship with, and then that baby father don't want them, don't love them, don't want to be with them, and he moves on and he's with another girl, that's causing a crazy situation because now you got an envious, vindictive, mad, angry baby mama on your hands, and she gonna do everything in her power to make you unhappy, which in essential is gonna make the baby unhappy. So that's another thing. Bad parenting, y'all. That's what we were talking about tonight. Bad parenting. Bad parenting is making. Hold on, y'all. Let me hit this. Yes, that's just okay. A part of bad parenting is making your children suffer because you're suffering. Like, because you mad that he don't want to be with you, don't mean that now your baby's got to suffer. Because he mad, because you're mad, because your relationship ended and it didn't work out, that's not a reason for you to make your baby suffer and not be able to have their father be a part of their lives because you don't like him. Just because you don't like him don't mean that your children should not like him. Let me tell you something. I don't like my baby. I don't like them. I don't like them. I can't stand them. I be wondering why they still here. But they're here because God wants them to still be here for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but it's a reason. And because they still here, I'm just like, be a father to your children. I could not be mad at all or angry and keep them from being fathers to their children. They keep themselves from being fathers to their children. And that's sad and it's heartbreaking, but it's the reality. So I'm saying that to you, baby mamas, who may be watching, because you being mean and being spiteful and being vindictive and keeping your children from seeing their father because you're mad or you're hurt or you're sad, or you're angry, or you just can't get past the fact that he don't want you, don't mean that he don't want his children. It don't mean that he shouldn't be a part of his children's lives. It don't mean that your children should have to grow up without their father because you have to grow up, because you have to be without him. Just because you have to be without him does not mean and should not mean that they have to be without him. If you are a baby mama, stay in your fucking lane and be that baby's mama and stop worrying about being that man's girl or side chick or just somebody that he's sleeping with. Be the mother to your children and stop trying to be the woman that he or you think that he wants you to be. Because if he don't want you, he don't want you. If he don't want to be with you, he don't want to be with you. Okay, bye-bye. Let him go. Holla back. See you later. Alligator. Like, but no, seriously, it just irritates my soul and my spine when I see these spiteful ass baby mamas and when I see they spiteful ass fan club and friends that be rooting them on like, yes, bitch, yes. Don't let him see her. Don't let him see him. Yes, don't let him go over there. Don't let her go over there. He don't run nothing. Don't let him think he run anything. Don't da-da-da-da-da. You stupid. You stupid. Because now that child is suffering because of a decision that you're making. That child is suffering because you're promoting this dumb baby mama to not let her child be a part of her baby father's life. That child's father is now missing in that child's life because of your promoting and your egging on of that dumbness. Or that child is not having their father in their life because you just can't get over the fact that child's father don't want to be with you. So baby mamas, get yourself together. And those who promote baby mamas to not let their children's fathers be in their children's lives, get yourself together. Because God don't like ugly. Okay, now let's talk about baby daddies. So Jaleesa, you still here? Who got baby daddy problems? Let me go here. Let me go read it. Hold on. Who got baby daddy problems? Don't nobody got baby daddy problems? Dad, who's... Hey, boo, I see you on here. Aaliyah, if you're still on here. Sandra, I see you on here. Oh, you already typed it? Dang it. I don't think it's going to let me see it. All right, hold up. Dang, it ain't going to let me see it, Jaleesa. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Oh, okay. Dang, Jaleesa, these is paragraphs. Like, hold on. That's what the kids say nowadays. Hold on. All right, let me start with... Listen, my grandson scratched me, y'all. So if y'all see these scratches, let me tell you something. They were not received the way they should have been received. They were received differently. And that was from my grandson. Angel said, I'm 27, don't have a baby mama drama. I do not tolerate it at all. It's messy and it makes you look bad as a parent. Amen. It makes you look bad as a parent. And if you can't get things done without talking. Hold on. Gotta put it out. And I guess you're not talking. That's pretty much a done deal. Hold on for this. Die. Angel, if you're still on here, I absolutely agree. I'm glad you don't have baby mama drama because it's just not cute. Another, okay. See, my drama is because portrays the role and tries to make it seem. I know y'all like, dang, she up close reading. Yes, I am, because I can't see from back there. He makes me keep him away. I'll do that. Oh my gosh, Jaleesa. Yes, we about to talk about this. Let me sit my booty back down. Okay. I know y'all was like, dang, she close to the camera. But I had to walk up there to that daggone camera stand because I could not see from all the way back here. And it wouldn't let me scroll up like that. Hey, Gray son. That's my boo. Gray, you got to get on my show and be Uncle's Playhouse. But anyway, you know, the worst thing in the world, right, with these baby daddies. First of all, I'm not bashing baby daddies. Well, I was just bashing baby mama, so shit, I could bash baby daddies too if I want to. But honestly, and all jokes aside, you know, when it comes to bad parenting, one of the things that men do that to me is bad parenting that I've seen fathers do is try and make their children believe that it's the woman's reason why they don't see them. Now, unfortunately, in some situations like the ones I just talked about before, where the baby mama's like, oh, I'm mad and I'm hurt and I'm going to keep my child from seeing their father because that'll hurt him. You know, that trying to pass on the hurt to the father when it essentially hurts the child, you know, that's one thing. But you have baby mamas out here that need for you to be a father to your child. They desire it. They want it. Like no mother want. I don't believe a mom would want her child to suffer. You know, some of them. Let me take it back. Because again, I know some personally that would rather their child suffer than to see their baby father happy. And they know that their baby father's happiness is that child. So to keep their baby father sad and going through the blues, they're like, oh, I ain't sending my baby over there. I ain't sending. And then they got a whole goddamn team of dummies parading them on like, yes, bitch, don't send him because he don't even be there anyway. Anyway, back to this. But, you know, the worst thing in the world is for fathers to say like, oh, well, I don't see you just because of your mother. If that's not the situation. If you just aren't seeing your child because you don't desire to see your child, or you don't take the time to come and see your child, or you don't do anything for your child, take responsibility for that, because it is bad parenting to make a parent look bad when they haven't done anything but be respectful or be helpful or try to be there to make sure that they're able to create the bond between you and your child. To me, that's bad parenting, to make the other parent look bad when the other parent is really trying to help, or the other parent is doing everything in that parent's power to make sure that you're able to see your child. It's bad parenting to lie. You know, I'm telling y'all about all of my situation, the things that I went through, because all I can do is give you testimony about the things that I've gone through. You know, and I had a situation one time where my ex took my children to court, and they were young, so I guess he thought like they wouldn't really comprehend well what he was doing. Him and his mother was trying to train them to say that they didn't live with me and that I didn't take care of them. So my children came home, and I thought it was a little bit odd. I said, Dad, your dad kept y'all for a whole week. I know that's right. Go ahead with your bad self. You got him for a whole week. Okay. He's getting this little daddy thing on. I'm proud of him. And then my daughter comes and she sits at the table. I'll never forget when me and my mother and my father sit at the table. And they come, the twins come and sit at the table. They're like, guess what? Because kids can't wait to tell you stuff. They be so excited when they go somewhere and something happens. They can't wait to get back and tell you something. So they're like, guess what? Well, Nana told us that we needed to tell the man that you don't take care of us and we don't live with you. I was like, what? And they was like, yeah, Daddy said we had to say it if we wanted to be able to come and see him, that we had to tell him, the man, when we go in the big room, that, you know, we don't live with you and that we don't and you don't take care of us. I said, well, what do you think about that? I ain't bashing. I could have been like, your little sorry ass. I ain't do that. Father, I could have did that. I ain't do that. I said, well, what do you think about that? And so one of them said, and they were like about 4 years old at the time. One of them said, well, I said, I'm not saying that because that's a lie, because my mommy takes care of me. And I just bust out laughing because I was like, wow, like, you know, I went from enraged on the inside, because I was holding on the inside. I swear, y'all, because as they were telling me, I was like, you know how that crazy face come on, you just like, I was like, oh, really? And I was like, ooh, I'm finna drive to that nigga house because he think I don't know where he live at, because he keep having me meeting him at Burger King and stuff, but I know where he live at. I'm out to hurt him. That's what I was thinking on the inside. But when she said what she said, it took away everything negative that I was feeling or thinking, because all that mattered was that my baby knew the truth. And my baby said, it's not true. My mommy takes care of me. And it took away everything. And I'm sharing that with you guys because, you know, some mothers may feel like, oh, I don't want my baby going over there because they're going to fill their head with lies. As long as you be a mother to your children, they're going to know truth. from fiction. Another time my daughter came home and she said, Ma, I was at, while we were over there, daddy's new girlfriend, she said that she was on the phone and she was telling somebody on the phone, yeah, their mother is so trifling and their mother is dirty and their mother don't take care of them and they always, their hair not done and they dirty and da-da-da-da-da. She was like, and it made me cry because I was like, why is she saying all of those bad things about my mom? That's not true. She was about 6 years old at this time. And I said, wow, that's really sad. And I was enraged a little bit at first. And then I thought, like, this woman is really that jealous and envious of me that she would take the time to have a conversation on the phone to try to demolish my character to somebody who doesn't even know me personally and try to make me look like a bad person. For what? She had no reason to. But she must have just been that envious of me. So for me, I didn't get enraged and drive to her house and pull her ass out of that house and whoop her ass. I didn't do that. I didn't even think I needed to do that because she was already being beaten daily by the image of me because she now was having children with the man who I had already had children with who didn't take care of my children, who are not taking care of hers. So I said, she's already being abused mentally. She's already suffering. So me going over there and snatching her ass up to find out why she's saying these things about me was pointless. It was pointless. It was pointless. So I'm sharing that with y'all because I know as baby mamas, we get mad when we hear somebody talking shit about us. We get mad when our babies come back and they tell us things, but our babies know us. They know the truth. They know what's real and what's fake. They know what's right and what's wrong. As long as we're raising them as good parents and making sure that we provide them with the truth, providing them with happiness. Let me tell you, I could have got mad any of them times. I could have been ready to throw them blows, but I wasn't because my children deserve to be happy and they deserve to see me happy. That's good parenting. Bad parenting would have been me allowing that rage and that anger to come out right in front of them. That's bad parenting. So don't allow other people's actions and words to cause you to be a bad parent to your children, because that's the overall objective. Like, they want you to slip up. They want you to mess up. They want you to be sad. They want you to be angry. They want to get a rise out of you. They want to see you being mad. All right, hold on, wait, sorry. I see some people. Yes. Wait. Hold on. Wait, let me go back up. I was saying yes. And then I was like, wait. Let me make sure I read this right, because that's about the baby daddy before. He was said I kept my son away. Well, I did for a reason. Wow. Angel, are you still on here? If you still on here, Angel, put some hearts up, because I want to say something directly to you. So if you still on here, Angel, throw some hearts up. Okay, Angel. Women who do it that blows me. He ain't taking care of my kids, and he ain't gonna take care of me either. Right. Okay, first I gotta start from the bottom up now, because I was ready to start from the top up from your comments, but I'm gonna start from the bottom up. It kills me too. Let me tell you something. When I had my second marriage, right, my ex-husband had one child before we got married. And in my eyes, he was doing everything he possibly could. I was young at the time, though. So, but in my eyes, he was doing everything he could to try to take care of his son. You know, he was asking me to buy Pampers, and I was buying them. He was asking me to take him to pick up his son. I was taking him to pick his son up. He was, you know, and I didn't look at it like I look at it today at 34 years old. Like, wait a second, you dummy. You was doing everything. You was buying Pampers. You was buying clothes for the baby. You was doing everything. He wasn't doing anything. Like, so what was you thinking? Back then, I just looked at it like he's trying to take care of his son. You know, and then once we got married, you know, when his son, you know, would come and stay with us, I would do for his son just like I did for my children. And again, I wasn't looking at it like he's not taking care of his son. I was thinking, I'm helping him to take care of his son, and we're married, and this is a union, and I'm supposed to do this. I wasn't looking at the fact that he never took the time to go and get a job and provide for not only his son, but my children either. You know, I didn't look at that, you know, so paying attention to those different qualities and when you're looking for a mate, making sure that those are not the qualifications that they have. Like, wait a second, At 34, again, y'all, sorry. At 34, I wish I would get into a relationship with a man who has children that he's not taking care of. I wish I would get into a relationship with a man who has children that he has an excuse as to why he's not taking care of them. That's crazy. So it would be crazy of me to think like I'm going to go ahead and have children with this man and he's going to take care of my children when he's not even taking care of his own children. When a man is willing to go to jail, have his license taken, and sit around and talk shit about his baby mother as opposed to getting off his lazy ass and taking his ass and getting a job and actually paying child support and taking care of his children, when that type of man, like, you got to beware of that. And there's no way in the world you should feel like you just came up. If you just got in a relationship with a man and this man got kids and he telling you, oh yeah, with a mother, we don't see eye to eye, so she don't let me see my kids. Well, I don't really do nothing right now. If he say he paid child support and he ain't got no job, he a fucking lie. Like, pay attention to those things, because that's one of the things it just killed me. Like, so you gonna go ahead and be with this man who don't take care of his children, applaud him on Facebook and social media, and he don't take care of his children, and then have children by him. Man, that's retarded. It was retarded for me, but I was young, and I'm gonna use that as my excuse. I was young and dumb. But when you get older, you're supposed to get wiser. And ain't no way in the world you should be making wise decisions like having children with a man who don't take care of his children. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world. That's stupid. Like Just Hilarious said, you stupid, but you ain't stupid. No, you stupid. But okay, that was to the bottom part. Now to the top part of what you said, I'm glad you said that, Angel, because this is what I want to say to you, right? I see a lot, right? A lot of women who say that they don't want their children around a certain individual, their father, because he's in the street. He's either selling drugs or he's smoking weed or he don't have a job and he's not doing nothing with his life. Why can't people understand that those are really good reasons to not want your child around a person? Whether you want your child to have a father or not, you want your child to be safe. You want your child to be safe and you want your child to be secure. Your child is not going to be safe or secure being around someone who is unfreaking safe and doing things that are unhealthy around your child. I'm going through a situation like that now with somebody that I know personally who does not want their child to just be left alone with their father because they are not doing safe, secure shit. And it's a valid reason to not want their child to be around that person. Why is it hard for people to understand that? I don't really get that. So I'm saying to you, Angel, I agree with you 1000%. We all want our children to have fathers. We all want our children to be able to grow up in a 2-parent household, to be able to have mommy and to have daddy. I grew up with my mom and my dad. I still have my mom and my dad by the grace of God. I still have my grandparents, and my grandparents are still married to this day. So it was important to me because I was raised in that type of foundation to provide that same type of foundation for my children. But when I realized that I wasn't going to be able to give them that type of foundation with the men that I decided to marry and have children with, that was a decision that was unselfishly made because I did it for them, because I'd rather for them to just have me and be safe and secure and happy and healthy than to be in a situation or a relationship with somebody that's toxic. Or in a situation where they're around people selling drugs and they could get shot or something bad could happen. Like, I don't understand why people don't understand the validation of that. So I'm glad you said that. Like, it's no way in the world. Like, it's no way in the world. Nope, no way in the world. My son, when he was 11, he said he wanted to go be with his dad. I said, let me tell you something. Your father lived in the projects, and it's a little dangerous down there. We lived in the county. I said, but I'm going to take you because I want you to be with your dad. I want you to meet your dad. I took him down there. We sat on Mount Street, right next to Gilmore Projects. We sat out there. He never showed up. Unfortunately, he never showed up. I can't even say unfortunately, because let me tell you something. God don't make no mistakes. He does everything exactly the way it is supposed to be done. And so he didn't show up. And when his father didn't show up, I said, heck, like, I was heartbroken for him because I know he wanted his father. But I said, it validated. I knew I was making the right decision in my mind. Like, he should not be down there. And and be in that situation. His father's down there. He's a fake drug dealer. Let me tell you something. You be like, ain't nothing worse than a drug dealer. No, it's something worse than a drug dealer, a fake drug dealer. Somebody that's pretending to sell drugs and that's out here stunting. You look stupid and you're putting yourself in danger and you're pretending like it's done. So I'm like, I didn't want him in that environment, but at the same time, my son is 11 years old and he wants to see his father. So I'm not going to hold him back from seeing his father. Let me take him down there. But if he was 5 months old, let me tell you something. I would have been saying, oh, absolutely not. No, he will not. No, I will not. Because we are their protectors. We are parents. And if you are a parent to your child and you watching this right now and you say, okay, well, I sell drugs, but I ain't going to let nothing happen to my baby. I smoke weed, but I ain't going to let nothing happen to my baby. Let me tell you something. This going to make some people mad. Somebody going to feel some type of way about what I'm about to say. But this is my personal opinion. If you sell drugs, you may be selling them to take care of your baby. I know, Notorious B.I.G., birthdays was the worst days, but now we sip champagne when we, all right, I got it, right? He had to sell drugs out of the building to feed his daughter. I understand that. However, when you are living a life of danger like that, wherever you go, you bring that danger with you. And that's a dangerous situation for anybody. Anybody that's involved, especially now in 2018. It's dangerous. Like, oh, they know you sell drugs, and now you going up in that house to see your daughter. And now somebody might think, okay, he probably got drugs in that house. So let me go up in that house and try to rob him of the drugs that he got in that house. Oh, I see this nigga got money. So let me go ahead and follow this nigga up in this house because I see he got money. So let me go ahead up in there and rob this house whole time. This ain't even his house. It's his baby mama house. And now he done brought drama to this house. Like, it's no good thing about that. So if a woman wants to secure her child and keep her child out of that lifestyle, that's being a parent. That's being a mom. That's making a good decision and protecting your child. That's good parenting. I don't think any mother wants to just keep her child away from the father, except those, again, like I said earlier, except those parents that are, those moms that are pissed off and mad because their baby father don't want to be with them. Those parents, that's a whole nother situation. But real parents that are being good parents, parents that are really trying to make sure that their children have life, are able to live, are able to breathe, are able to succeed, are able to just be able to be. Those are parents that want to protect their children from that lifestyle. So I respect more if you gotta sell drugs. This is the only thing I can do. It's the only thing I know how to do. All I know how to do is sell drugs. I can sell drugs and I can take care of my family. Sell drugs in Africa and send the money back over here to pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? If you really want, if that's all you can do, sell drugs somewhere else and then make sure that home is taken care of. Send the money back. Send the money back. Send it in a kite. But don't sell drugs and then walk and think that, oh, I'm going to walk around with my baby on my hip. Somebody was telling me when I moved on the bricks, and anybody that live on the bricks, and I'm not going to get an actual location because I don't want nobody feeling no type of way about me telling this story. But if you know the bricks, then you know the bricks. I used to live on the bricks. And one day somebody told me this, they showed me this little girl. And the little girl had this mark on her head. And I said, oh my gosh, like what happened to her? It looks so bad, right? I'm like, what happened to her? And it was like, yeah, her father got shot holding her. He used to sell drugs around here. He got shot holding her. And when he fell, she fell with him. And this Baltimore so it's small. So somebody might be watching this right now and they might know this. So somebody may watch this one day and they might know the story. They might know this little girl. And they said when she fell, they shot the father in the head while he was holding the baby. And when she fell face first. And the bruise on her head from when she fell stayed on her head because she was a baby at the time. And this little girl, when I saw her, she had to be probably like 6 or 7 years old. And I was like, damn. Like, this little girl gonna look in the mirror every single day for the rest of her life, knowing that her father, who sold drugs, was holding her the moment he took his last breath. Someone was so heartless and incompassionate for human life that they took this man's life while he was holding his daughter in his arms, and she will forever have the mark on her head to remember. Now, she's not going to know her father from knowing her father, because remember, she was a baby when this happened, a small child when this happened. But this little girl has to look in the mirror every day and see that her dad was holding her. And this man, thankfully, they didn't shoot her. Thankfully, she has her life. But God forbid the person who shot her or was shooting just shot and killed both of them. And I'm not knocking that man because I don't know that man. So anybody who see the story, if they know that situation in that family, I'm not knocking that man at all because I didn't know him personally. I just heard the story and it was told to me the moment I met the little girl. I mean, yeah, I did meet her. When I met the little girl, it was told to me and it has stuck with me because that was about 15 years ago. It stuck with me ever since then. I always think about that when it comes to fathers taking care of their children who sell drugs, because that's the danger that you put your child in. When you make that decision that this is what I'm going to do to feed my daughter or to feed my son or to take care of my family, you're also putting your family in danger. We hear all the time about home invasions, you know, and people going up in the house and they got weed. It's a story. Tag, I wish I knew the place, but where two mothers was selling drugs. Y'all probably know the story too. And if you don't, I'm going to get the story and I'm going to put it in these comments so that y'all, so if you see the notification for these comments that I comment, make sure you go back so you can see the story. Because this how real it is, ladies and freaking gentlemen. If you selling drugs right now, just listen. There was two women that was selling weed out of a house. I cannot remember the place, but it's not in Baltimore. It was somewhere far away. Somewhere far away. They were selling weed in the house. This is a real fucking story. And these guys came to come buy weed from the house. Well, they came to pretending as if they was coming to buy weed from the house. They ended up ambushing the two women, and the women had children in the house. They ended up ambushing the two women, coming in the house, putting a gun to their head, holding them hostage, trying to make them give them the money. They like, where's the money? Where's the drugs at? Where's the drugs at? They didn't have no money really. They was two single mothers living together, just selling weed out of this house. They didn't really have no drugs like that. So the men just went ahead and shot both of them, killed them, holding their babies. Google it if you think I'm lying. Holding the Harvey murders. I think that's what it's called. The Harvey murders. Holding their babies. They killed their babies and them, shot them. And they were buried with their babies in the casket with them. Two women. And I think one had a daughter and one had a son. Beautiful girls selling weed for whatever reason they was, to try to make it, to try to pay rent, whatever the case may be. I always tell my children, and I'm going to continue to say it, there's no good outcome when it comes to selling drugs or doing anything illegal. I don't even care if it's taking a pack of Pampers from Walmart. Bitch, I'm scared. I don't think so. We're not about to do it because you're going to go to jail. Something's going to happen. Karma's going to come back around. It's going to get you. So if you are selling drugs, and I'm only speaking about all this drug selling stuff because Angel, what she said about her not wanting her child to be around her baby father because he sells drugs or because he does illegal things, like, it's, to me, that's valid. That's a valid reason. Like, you should not want to be around your child if you're doing illegal things like that because you could bring harm to your child. Okay, sorry. Let me read some of the comments, y'all. Tony Roberts. Hey, Tony. I have a question to all the women. How do you have child with these men in the first place? Tony. How do you have a child with these men in the first place? You know, I'm going to guess that question has come about because you're probably thinking like, okay, well, you should have known that this man wasn't a man you should have a child with. Or even vice versa for a woman. You know, a guy may say like, man, that bitch was crazy. I shouldn't have never been with her, blah, blah, blah. You may say to him, well, why'd you have a child with this woman? You should have known she was crazy before you actually was with her. We are all adults with common sense. And men and women both can be extremely manipulative when it comes to getting what it is that they want. When you desire someone or you want to be with someone, you can be manipulative. And people put on a mask all the time and they will become someone that they're not to get what it is that they want. So I don't think that anybody should feel bad thinking like, oh, well, damn it, I should have known. First of all, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. It's all by God's will. So it happened for a reason. It's your lesson. It's your testimony. It's a part of your story, your journey, whatever. But I used to say all the time to myself, like, damn, like, how did I end up marrying two people who weren't shit? Like, what? How did I do that? Like, how did I do that? Well, the first one, I was a child. Nobody should get married as a child. Shouldn't happen. God forgive me. In Islam, it says that it's permitted. So I don't want to say it shouldn't happen because Allah knows best. I'm going to say, I don't know what to say because I don't want to speak ill about like and make it like, you know, I'm going to just say, I wouldn't personally have children get married because you don't make good decisions. Like, how can you really make a good decision on picking a mate when you're just a child? You know, or even somebody picking a mate for you. That's bad because how can you pick a mate for this person as a child? Like arranged marriages. That's just bad too because you're arranging for this marriage to happen and you don't know what this child is going to grow into. She has yet to finish growing. So it's, to me, really horrible for young girls to get married so young because they have yet to finish growing. They don't even know who they are. They don't even know anything about their bodies yet. They haven't mentally grown fully. They haven't physically grown fully. And yet they have to get married. So that was my first mistake. Second, my second marriage, my second husband was my best friend from the time I was 11 years old. I thought he was amazing. He was my only real friend. Like, he was amazing to me. Like, he was everything to me. He was nice. He was kind. He was easy to talk to. We had fun together. We had so much in common. Like, he lit my world up whenever I was around him. Just the thought of him used to make me happy. Just to see him would make me happy. I would see that boy walking 3 blocks away and I would be like, here he come, y'all. So I'm saying that and I'm sharing that with y'all because I would have never in a million years guessed that this man would not become the man, be a good father or be a good husband to me. I felt like he was a good man. He had a job when we got married. You know, he had went to school. He had really good qualities. I thought, like, this is a good man. His quiet, one thing that I took for granted, he was quiet. He was a quiet guy, always laid back. Everybody know, this is he's smooth, laid back type of dude. That quiet was crazy. I didn't know that it was crazy. How could I know that it was crazy? But it essentially ended up being quietness equaling to craziness. Because when we got a divorce, that nigga wasn't quiet no more. We ain't never have an argument. Never got mad at each other and yelled at each other and stayed mad with each other ever. And the whole 7 years we was married and the whole 13 years we were friends. Never, right? The day we separated and I said, okay, I want a divorce. And nigga, boy, he said, what you said? I said, sweetie, you need to leave because this is not going to work. I always got to come down. When I'm in the relationships, right, this is my end of relationship voice. Babe, let me talk to you real quick. So listen, this ain't gonna work out. That's my end of relationship voice. You would think that you'd be like, look, if this ain't gonna work out, you gonna have to go. I'm not that woman. I'm that, listen, you gonna have to, this ain't gonna work out. You might as well go ahead, get your stuff because this not gonna work out. You could go ahead, you could take the car. I already put your stuff in the car. We done had this conversation a couple times. It's just not working out. That boy was like, I can't even say how he said it because I'm gonna laugh. But he was like, I hate you. Like, I'm talking about it rumbled the house. I didn't even know he had vocals that was that loud. I didn't know he had it in him. I swear. He turned into crazy. He went and got the butcher knife, cut up all my furniture, went crazy. He went crazy. And I was thinking, like, everybody. I called my dad, like, the police, everybody there. I called my dad. I'm like, I don't believe it. Like, I couldn't even cry. I was like, it said, like, he yelled at me. He said he hate me. He never said he hated me. I'm like, what in the world? This man is great. Like, what happened? And, I went to therapy after that, right? He should have went too, but I went. And the therapist was saying, like, so y'all never had an argument? And I'm like, no, we didn't argue. Like, we did not do that. If we got upset, we had a conversation. We talked about it. I remember one time we had a conversation, we talked about it, and it was bad to where as though he, I went to work and, he went to the daycare center to get the kids, whatever. And he drove back to my job, picked me up and said, I really want us to go home and talk. So I left work, drove home with him. We laid in the bed and just talked. And that argument, that discussion that just kind of had us both feeling some type of way. We talked and we laid there, nothing nasty. We just laid there, talked, and we at the end of it, it was as if nothing happened. That's the type of relationship we had. So to see this man zap out and be crazy, I was just like, what in the world? He was a father to the children. So I would never have thought in a million years that I would be sitting here right now before all of you saying that my children don't have a father. Like, I would never, this man was like this when it came to being with his daughters, with my children. He loved the children. Like, he took pride in being a father. I remember he used to walk around and be like, because at the time we had 7 children, he'd be like, I got 7 children. He was like, you know, I was at the store and I told the man I had 7 children. He was like, I told the man I love my children. He loved the children. He took, like, I'm baffled to this day. Like, this man does not even acknowledge the fact that he has 4 daughters over here. I mean, he told my children, the older ones, he was like, I'm not your dad. I'm not your real dad. You know, those are things I would have never expected. I never saw any sign throughout that marriage to say this is how he's going to be or this is what he would do. So I don't think anybody should ever feel like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I should have known. I don't think you can know. People put on masks. People put on facades. People, they become someone they're not sometimes. And sometimes they go from someone that they really genuinely are and they transition into somebody else. People change. People, I mean, that's just a reality. All right, sorry, let me go back. I'm amazed I would never find out these men ain't shit until after they give up the pussy. Tony, you probably gone now. Tony. I'm amazed that these men actually nutting these women after and not thinking that I shouldn't be nutting in this girl raw without making sure that she ain't crazy. So the same way you just now said that you amazed at how many women have sex with these men and give up the pussy and then think, and y'all excuse my French, but Tony gonna take it there with me, so I'm taking it there with Tony. But I'm amazed too, because that's a two-way street. I don't think anybody has sex with somebody thinking like, oh, I'm having sex with this crazy motherfucker. Oh, I'm having sex with this person that's going to treat me like shit. I'm amazed. I mean, really, like, who has sex thinking I'm having sex with this fucked up father? I'm having sex with this woman that ain't going to take care of her child. I'm having sex with this person that ain't going to treat me right. I'm having sex with this nigga that's about to whip my ass. I'm having sex with this man that ain't going to take care of me. I don't think anybody has sex thinking that. Like, who does that? I don't think that that's the case at all. That's crazy. To even, I mean, I understand your question because a question is a question and an opinion is an opinion, but that's just a bit ludicrous. Like, I don't think anybody has sex with the thought in their mind that this is somebody I'm having sex with that is not going to be good to me. Unless the sex is bad. Psych. Psych, y'all. All right, hold up. That's right. See, I'm slow, y'all, so I'm rolling back. So y'all saying stuff that I'm saying too. So I see we on the same page. People definitely mask who they are. They will pretend to be somebody. One of the things I think is really, really horrible is like that, not really horrible, but it's kind of hard, is when you're on a dating website. So somebody that's trying to date, like me. It's like, but when you're on a dating website, it asks you your likes and your dislikes, right? And when you fill out your likes and your dislikes, and somebody is in your inbox, and they're like, you know, I saw your profile, you're so gorgeous, or you know, you're beautiful, and I see you like Italian food. I love Italian food too. I see you like pets. I have a dog. I see you. Your favorite color is red. My car is red. I see you. Da da da. Now, if somebody calls you saying that, then you'll be like, "Is you a stalker or what?" No, but seriously, like they're able to see your likes and your dislikes because you've already given them your likes and your dislikes. Facebook, for instance, I'm on Facebook right now. I'm on live all the time, and I tell people what I like and I don't like. Everybody should know by now that I cannot stand for somebody to eat with their mouth open. Like, it's the worst. I cannot take it. I I just annoyed myself by doing it. So that's just one thing. But I'm saying that to say somebody else can see, you know, and they be like, oh my gosh, they meet me and they like, I can't stand when people eat with their mouth open. Now we got something in common. Oh my gosh, me too. I can't stand that either. Not knowing that this person has already studied you. So this person has already studied you. They already know your likes and your dislikes. And now they have an advantage over you. So now they can become who it is you want them to be for the moment until they get what it is that they're trying to get from you, which is 9 times out of 10 the pussy. So people will mad. People will mad who they are to get what they want. I need you to elaborate on that, Tony. You don't sleep with anybody until you see the benefit of sex without seeing the benefit of sex. How you gonna see the benefit? How you gonna see it? If I spit game, you telling me women will sleep with me without doing the homework on me? First of all, now in 2018, I'm sure somebody, if they just looking to sleep with somebody, then they will sleep with you without doing the homework on you. But I think that some women do the homework. And even and when they do the homework, they're finding like, oh, okay, this is a good person. For instance, one of another ex. I had an ex that was 35, had a good job, had a career, had a car, had his own place. You know, he was a really nice guy. Like, I felt like this was the nicest guy. I'm like, okay, this is the one. Everybody that knew we were dating was like, girl, you better marry him. Girl, you better marry him because he got a job. He got this, he got that. He's 35. He don't have no kids. You know, you better marry him. I kept saying, not that I was wishing for it to be too good to be true, but I kept saying, nah, something with this one. It's something with him. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to wait. I'm not going to rush into anything. I'm going to be patient, you know, and I'm just going to wait on this because it's something with this one. He really made me happy. He was just, I mean, I was in love, head over heels in love with this man. This man turned into be Freddy Krueger's little brother. No, Freddy Krueger's big brother. And I didn't find out until years later. I mean, until 2 years. We was in a relationship for like 2 years. I didn't find out until like after I was already in it to win it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he masked a lot. Like, he had all these good qualities and he got along with my children and he was just funny. And, you know, we had fun. We went out to dinner, all these good things. Man, that it was Freddy Krueger's big brother. I'm trying to tell you. And he was masking the things that people thought were good, that he was masking it all with those things. Like, you know, oh, he don't have kids yet. He didn't have kids yet because everybody who had ever gotten pregnant by him, he made them get an abortion and they listened to him and they actually had an abortion. It wasn't because he didn't have kids because he just didn't have kids and he didn't slip up nowhere. It wasn't because he didn't have kids because he didn't settle down. He didn't have kids because he made all the women who had got pregnant by him before have abortions. And that's why he was 35 with no kids. So, you know, to the average woman, you be thinking like 35 with no kids. Damn, okay, all right, no baby mama drama. I'm liking. No, it's a reason. It's a reason. He's controlling. And when I say, even with that, like when, you know, we had a conversation, he was like one day and he was telling me like, yeah, no, I've had, you know, a couple girls get pregnant, but all of them got abortions because I wasn't ready yet. That was like ding, 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 ding. Like, because wait a second. It takes for you to really be controlling for a woman to say, oh, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and have an abortion. Not one, not two, but several women say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and have an abortion because you don't want a child, because you're not ready for a child. Ding, 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 ding. Something ain't right there. So that was one of my ding, ding, ding moments. And then later on, when he started controlling me and I started noticing like, you is being controlled. Like, I felt like I didn't even realize until one day I woke up and looked in the mirror and I was like, who the hell is that? He didn't like for me to wear contacts. He didn't like for me to wear fake hair. He didn't like for me to do a lot of things. And it's okay that he didn't like that. But what was not okay is that I adapted to being who he wanted me to be. And I stopped doing the things that made me feel good about myself because I was being who he wanted me to be. And a lot of people was making me feel like, no, it's wrong. Like, no, well, he want to see you in your natural self, girl. That should be what you do. If that's what I wanted to do, then it would have been okay. But I was doing it because he was telling me to do it. I couldn't be on my phone. I couldn't take my phone to the bathroom. Little stuff like that. Like, okay, I learned to stop being on my phone. I learned to no longer take my phone to the bathroom. I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I was a little bit cray-cray. So I'm just sharing that. You know, I'm sharing all my relationship stuff with y'all. I ask a man his goals too, Tony. Hey, Tony, I appreciate that compliment. But let me tell you something. I didn't become this smart overnight. It took me to go through all of the things that I went through and endure all of the things that I endured in order to become the woman that you see before you. Because had I not gone through those situations, I would be that woman that's just like, oh, I would never, because that's how I used to be. I used to be like, oh, ain't no man gonna ever control me. Oh, no. Like, oh, I would never let no man put his hands on me. Oh, I would never let no man tell me what to do. I was that woman before, and I felt like I was a powerful, strong, dominant woman. However, God said, wait a second, let me slow you down and let me show you. Don't talk about somebody else until you understand the journey that they had to walk. So now I'm going to have you walk it so that you can understand it. And no longer should you say you ain't going to never, but you should understand why you should never. You understand? It's a whole difference. It took me through a whole journey to get to where I am today. And now I can be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make sure the next time I'm gonna pay attention to these signs. I'm not just gonna let it go ding, 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 and keep it moving. No. Once I get a ding, 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 I'm gonna pause for the cause and wait a minute, process, understand, and then probably eliminate. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you. So this whole thing tonight that I decided to do with this live was come on here and go live via Facebook through my personal page of Kira King, as opposed to Rebuilding the Village page, because I wanted to be able to actually invite some people on. So tomorrow night, I'm gonna probably do it again on my phone. That way I can actually invite people on and we can continue the discussion on bad parenting. And it won't be just me talking, but I'll have somebody else talking too, so that we can have a, we have fun tonight though. I love this conversation and I'm so happy that all of you guys tuned in. I understand my daughter is going through divorce, her husband cheated on her and blame myself. I didn't fool her enough. You know what, Tony, before I go, let me just say this to you, because I see your comment, your last comment. And I was raised by my dad, my uncle, my grandfather. I had a lot of strong men in my life, and I still do by God's grace. And so I don't think you should ever blame yourself for not schooling her enough, because my father schooled me. I am the way I am today because of my mother and my father. They definitely schooled me, which is another reason why I carried that chip on my shoulder, like, oh, ain't no nigga going never. Oh, ain't no man going ever. Like, even with my marriages, because my father schooled me the way he did, it was easy for me to just be like, okay, it's over. Let me walk away and leave. Let me just go ahead and leave this marriage, because I knew how a woman should be treated. I knew what a real man was. And even though I recognized that my husbands were not real men during the time that I was married to them, and I needed to leave, I tried to stay because of my children. And so I'm just sharing that with you again, as I'm sharing other things with everybody, because I need you to understand, like, it's a reason for everything. Everybody has a journey. Everybody has a test, a trial, and a tribulation that they must go through in this life in order to be who they are, in order to be who it is that God is designing them to be. And so it may be a part of her makeup that she goes through what it is that she's going through right now, so that she can get to where it is that God has for her to be. But I don't think that it has anything to do with the parenting that you gave her, or the schooling that you gave her on being a woman and what to look out for when it comes to a man. Because as you said, people put a mask on, and they will put on a whole facade and make you feel like it's a situation that is really not. And I'm sure your daughter is just as amazing as you are. And as her being amazing, she's still going to go through some things that are going to be heartbreaking, going to be hard to swallow. But don't ever feel like it's something that you did not do to cause her to be where she is, because it's something that you did that's causing her to have the strength to walk away from a situation that is not for her. So just continue to be a father to her, continue to guide her, uplift her, support her, encourage her, and continue to inspire her by being a great man, because I know you are, so that she can continue on her journey to where it is that God has for her to be. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight to Rebuilding the Village Talk Show via Facebook Live on Akira King tomorrow night. I'll probably come back and do it on my phone so that I can join some people in. Tony, continue to be great. I love your show. You guys, please check Tony out. He has question of the day. Oh my God, Tony, put it in the comments. Your how they can watch your show. But if you go to Tony's page on Saturdays, I think it's about 3 o'clock, you can watch his show, question of the day. It's important to support each other, y'all. I love and I appreciate everybody who has taken the time to press play on this video tonight and who supports me. It's appreciated. It's needed. I'm doing my absolute best to get to where it is that I know that God has designed for me to be. So please continue to support, share the live, invite your friends. Join me tomorrow. I'll chit chat with you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for being a part of Rebuilding the Village Talk Show. Good night. And Facebook Live. So I know it was like a little bit weird because like the whole time I was looking this way and I wasn't looking this way, right? But I'm so appreciative of anybody who took the time to press play on this live and watch tonight's show. If you want to see more of Rebuilding the Village, just go to Facebook and you can see the show on Facebook and you can see it, all the comments and all that good stuff on Facebook Live. Also follow me on IG at Rebuilding_the_village_. All right, good night.